Hi, I'm Sheree Coulter here with this week's Life and Liberty Brief. We begin this week with good news from Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, who President-elect Donald Trump has tapped to lead efforts in cutting wasteful government spending and making the federal government more efficient. As part of that effort, the two are calling for defunding Planned Parenthood, which receives hundreds of millions of dollars in taxpayer funding. In fact, last year they received almost $700 million of your dollars. Also, looking at last year, we saw that they provided a significant number of abortions. So decreasing or totally removing taxpayer dollars from Planned Parenthood stands to make a major life and death difference for future babies. This news about the DOGE effort to cut spending and perhaps defund Planned Parenthood comes just one day before reports were released about babies in California up to 23 weeks gestation, or about 6 months, being aborted and sold for their parts. Emails that have just surfaced as part of a FOIA request show discussions about paying for the babies in order to use their body parts. These reports underscore the evil being done by the abortion industry and the urgent need to curtail its work in every possible way. Turning to the ongoing debate over transgenderism and bathroom use, that discussion has made its way to Capitol Hill, where openly transgender Representative-elect Sarah McBride, formerly known as Tim, wants to use the women's restrooms in the Capitol buildings. Representative Nancy Mace has pushed back against this as absurd and as a violation of privacy and safety for women. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson has said this week that everyone needs to use the bathroom associated with his or her biological gender, and noted that there are unisex bathrooms throughout the Capitol and that members have private bathrooms in their office suites as well. The cultural lines have been drawn in workplaces across the country, and we saw that this week in Duluth, Minnesota, where workers complained of being offended by free Chick-fil-A being offered in the hospital lobby. The hospital apologized and called those who complained about the meal from the pro-family values closed on Sundays restaurant courageous. Further across the country, we saw that in Colorado, the state will now pay $1.5 million to conclude a case involving 303 Creative and the state's violation of free speech that culminated with the Supreme Court ruling in favor of the small business. Alliance Defending Freedom has called this a major win for the First Amendment. Finally, new exit polling and data is out showing that Christians helped secure the election of President-elect Trump by increasing their turnout at the polls. We encourage you to take a look at this article linked in this week's brief to get a full picture painted by this new data release. From the Danbury Institute this week, we shared an article by Colin Hain about why Christians can celebrate recent election results, and also a podcast in which we interviewed Congressman Mark Walker about what is next for churches and pastors in standing for truth in the public square. If you're watching this Life and Liberty Brief for the first time, we welcome you and we invite you to subscribe at danburyinstitute.org so that you can receive updates just like this in your inbox each week. For today, thank you for taking the time to watch this Life and Liberty Brief.